On March 27th, 2026, everything changed for Wang Yibo. A contract renewed, a name erased, and a past quietly left behind. But as fans celebrated his new beginning, one question echoed louder than anything else. Did Xiao Zhan say something, or is his silence saying everything? It started without warning. No countdown, no dramatic teaser, no carefully staged reveal. Just a sudden announcement that spread like wildfire across timelines and fandom spaces. On March 27th, 2026, Wang Yibo officially renewed his exclusive management contract with Yuehua Entertainment. But this wasn't just another routine contract update. No, the wording itself carried weight. Continuous strategic cooperation, a phrase that feels calm on the surface, yet powerful underneath. It speaks of trust, of long-term alignment, of a future that is already being written behind closed doors. And in that moment, fans felt it. This wasn't just business. This was commitment, a quiet declaration that Wang Yibo isn't just staying. He's building something bigger, something long-lasting, something deeply intentional. But before fans could even process the meaning behind this contract, something else happened. Something subtle, yet impossible to ignore. Just moments after the announcement, Wang Yibo made a move that no one expected, but everyone noticed. He changed his Weibo ID. Simple, clean, direct. Yibo. At first glance, it looked like a minor update. But for longtime fans, it hit differently. Because something was missing. One word. UNIQ. Gone. Quietly, completely, intentionally. And suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. Because UNIQ wasn't just a name. It was a memory. A beginning. A version of Wang Yibo that belonged to a different era. The boy who debuted. The idol who stepped onto the stage for the first time. The dream that started with a group. All of that, gently erased from his public identity. Not forgotten, but released. And that's when it truly sank in. This is not just a new chapter. This is the closing of a book. Fans felt it in different ways. Some celebrated his independence. Others felt the quiet ache of nostalgia. But everyone agreed on one thing. Wang Yibo has changed. Not suddenly, not dramatically, but steadily, undeniably, irreversibly. And just when emotions were already running high, a name resurfaced. Softly, yet powerfully. Xiao Zhan. The name didn't appear in the official statement. It wasn't mentioned in headlines. And yet it surfaced, quietly, inevitably. Because for so many fans around the world, the story of Wang Yibo has never existed in isolation. There are shared memories, shared moments frozen in time, scenes that once felt larger than fiction, yet deeply real to those who witnessed them. And so, when this major turning point unfolded, the curiosity wasn't forced. It was natural. Did Xiao Jean notice? Did he see the announcement, the name change, the quiet symbolism behind it all? But more importantly, would he respond? Let's stay grounded in what is known. There has been no public message, no visible interaction, no confirmed statement. And in a media landscape where every gesture is amplified, this absence becomes noticeable. But here's where the emotion deepens. Because silence is not emptiness. Sometimes silence is a boundary. Sometimes it is respect. And sometimes it is simply a choice to remain private in a world that constantly demands visibility. Fans began to reflect rather than assume. Not asking, why didn't he say anything? But instead, what does it mean that nothing was said? There's a difference, a powerful one, because in this space between visibility and privacy, interpretation begins. Some see distance, others see maturity, and some choose to believe that not all support needs an audience. That perhaps the most sincere gestures are the ones that never reach the timeline. And maybe, just maybe, that's why this moment feels so emotionally charged. Not because of what we saw, but because of what we didn't. While the world speculated, reflected, and felt everything all at once, Wang Yibo moved forward. Steady, quiet, certain, no emotional captions, no lengthy explanations, just decisions. Clear, intentional, final. His renewed partnership with Yuehua Entertainment wasn't framed as a routine extension. It was positioned as continuity, a long-term vision, a strategic path that extends beyond the present moment. And when you place that beside the removal of UNIQ from his identity, the message becomes undeniable. This is evolution, not a rejection of the past, but a redefinition of self. Because growth doesn't always look dramatic. It doesn't always arrive with loud declarations or visible transformation. Sometimes it arrives quietly, in a name simplified, in a direction clarified, in a version of yourself that no longer needs to hold on to where it started to prove where it's going. And that's exactly what this moment represents. Wang Yibo is no longer being introduced by where he came from. He is now standing fully as who he has become. An artist, a performer, a public figure who has spent years building credibility across industries. Music, acting, fashion, motorsports. Layer by layer, identity by identity. Until now, this, a distilled version of everything he has worked for. And maybe that's why fans feel both proud and emotional. Because witnessing growth like this means acknowledging that time has passed, that things have changed, that the version you once held on to is no longer the present. And yet, the connection remains, just transformed. At its core, this story is not just about an announcement. It's about transition, the kind that doesn't ask for permission, the kind that happens whether we're ready or not. For fans who have followed every step, every era, every stage, this moment feels deeply personal, because letting go, even symbolically, is never easy, even when it's necessary, even when it's right. The removal of UNIQ is not just a branding decision. It's a quiet farewell to a beginning, a chapter that shaped everything that came after. And in that farewell, there is pride, but also a subtle ache, because growth always carries both. And somewhere within that emotional space, the question about Xiao Zhan continues to echo, not loudly, not insistently, but softly, persistently, not as a demand for confirmation, but as a reflection of longing, for continuity, for connection, for something that bridges the past and the present. Yet reality remains clear. There is no confirmed message, no verified response, only interpretation. And perhaps that's where the most honest emotion lies, in accepting that not every story will give us closure. Not every moment will come with visible reactions. Not every connection needs to be publicly defined to exist or to matter. Wang Yibo has stepped into a new era, one that is entirely his own. And as he does, the world watches, not just with curiosity, but with emotion. Because this isn't just about who he is becoming. It's about what we are learning to let go of, and what we choose to carry forward. So now, as the noise settles, and the headlines slowly fade, one feeling remains. Quiet, lingering, real. Are you ready to embrace this new version of Wang Yibo, even if it means saying goodbye to the one you first fell in love with? And in that silence, what meaning will you choose to hold on to?